This is the place to be. Saha Wellness and Yoga Center. They are having this event, the Fearless Aging for the Audacious Over 50 Woman. Okay, so I'm here with Dr. Kate Bisharat with Inspired Medicine and Saha and Wellness. So tell me about your organization.
Well, this organization was basically founded as a process that emerged from my own heart.
Sacramento has yoga studios popping up on almost every corner, but like most exercises, it is the instructor or the studio that brings people in and keeps them. So the rule of thumb is the lower the heel, the better. But if you have to wear high heels, wear them for shorter periods of time. This is Lyn Elliott. See you soon. I'm in a fairly new strip mall in South Sacramento in the African American community, and as you can see, there are no yoga studios in sight. So Pastor Glenn F. Buckhalter will be bringing forth a powerful message entitled Stretching to God. Pastor Carolyn Buckhalter delivered the message today, and here are a few clips. So tell me, how did you like the message today?
Today's message was awesome and amazing.
Today marks the final episode of Keepsake. Let's do a quick We are about to visit the Lorraine Motel where Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. Thanks, Jean. Some say love is blind, but is it colorblind? Is love just love, or is it different among races?
The world, black love is a love that has to bond and be supportive.
Black love. The African American community uses this term to describe their own kind of love.
I watched my grandparents with black love, and they talked about how black families are raised, and sometimes they were raised through poverty, sometimes they were raised through back in that time it was racism. And I think
with the African heritage, customs and traditions were many, as there were 886 separate and distinct ethnic groups in Africa.
Marriages and black love, as it were, expressed in places like Senegambia, Nigeria, the Yoruba nations, and the Igbo and the Fanta and the Hausa is going to be slightly different.
In 1619, Africans were enslaved. Ethnic groups were now mixed and separated. Their strong traditions of love and family were lost in the New World.
After about 1660, blacks are not allowed, they're not going to necessarily be allowed to marry in the same way that whites are allowed to marry.
The challenges of our forefathers and mothers affects us today, but strong influences make a difference.
But black love, when I watched my parents and other couples like that, they just had an extra pride in themselves and their children.
Yeah, you better say me something. You better come. All right.
There are strong African American family influences, but there are still significant struggles within the community.
And 72% of our homes are single parent homes. We have a lot of families that are just not together exercising that black love. It's temporary and quick relationships. And dating is a thing now, online dating.
African American dating sites and blogs are more frequent than they've ever been. Among them are Black Planet, which is the largest, Black People Meet, and BlackSingles.com, to name a few. But religion plays a big part in the African American community. Professor Jeff Levin writes in his book, Religion in the Lives of African Americans. African American religious life in all its forms is a vibrant, creative, resourceful testament to the power of faith to uplift and sustain in the face of prejudice, discrimination, and exclusion. African American couples seek guidance and support from their spiritual leaders.
I remember both of us going to our pastor. First of all, to get the consent of our pastor, because your leader overall, because he knows you, and he knows really if that is a good fit.
The African American culture has evolved into a very diverse community, but love, relationship, and commitment, regardless of your race or ethnic background, share the same common thread.
You have to work at it and to maintain it, it's work. And it's love and respect one to another and one for another.
This is truly a story of one man's trash is another man's treasure. Someone mistakenly threw away a 127-year-old Bible, thinking it had no value to anyone. Sanitation worker Peter Ferreira found it, kept it safe, and returned it to its rightful owner.
Happy that it finally got back to the right people. There was names in there like from Merced, California, different places down south, but I never thought about tracing them down.
Peter Ferreira could have kept the Bible to himself, but instead he found a way to give a piece of history back to the family. El Dorado Hills, Lyn Elliott, News.